Hi, and welcome to Cooking with Robyn. Today we're going to be making Christmas cookies, decorative Christmas cookies. All right, let's get started and make our icing. All right, one of the first things we want to do, because we're making several different designs today, and in the bottom of your one of your recipes that you have going out, I have an example on the snowflake cookie. But what we want to do for this snowflake cookie is we want to go ahead and fill in the top of that with icing, because we want that icing hard before we go on to the next step. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a couple of these and we're going to fill them in. There we go. And you just want to kind of outline this cookie. And then we're going to fill it in. Now I'm not touching the cookie at all. And it's okay if you're just a little lopsided, because once you get your snowflake on top of here, it's kind of all going to disappear. Now see how this kind of all floods in together? That's just what we're looking for. Again, I'm not touching the cookie, and I'm just kind of bringing my bag around. Okay. Now see, I got a little too close to this side because it's running off. I do have an air bubble here, and what I want to do is I want to take a toothpick and I'm going to kind of pop that air bubble before this icing sets. Now you might not see it at the end product, but then you might. So we're just going to let that one sit off there. So we're going to put these off to the side and we're going to let these dry, and then we're going to go on. All right, now the next one we're going to be doing, we're going to do white again. Let me turn this. And I just want just a little outline here, and then we're just going to go in and fill it in. There. It's just what we're looking for. See, and you can tell by using that dark rum vanilla in these cookies, the icing, that you can't even see any of the specks of the vanilla from the pod, and that's because I didn't shake it up before it settled. All right, now these ones here, we want to fill these in with the red, because these are going to be your Santa cookies. Now also too, when you're making your icing, if it's a rainy day, if it's really humid out, you're going to use a little less water, or you're going to use, we didn't put any water in these cookies, but you might add a little bit more of the powdered sugar, because we don't, it really affects how it sets up too, the icing, by whether it's humid outside. There we go. All right, now we're going to let those set up just a little bit, and we're going to come back to them. Let's try it and see. So I'm going to try to go off of what is on your recipe. So I'm going to go about right here. See how it's not like absorbing into the other icing because we let that crust up. We give that a chance to harden. There we go. Can you see the subtle blue of the snowflake? That was just what I was looking for. Hopefully you can see that. Of course, a deep navy too would look really pretty. Navy blue. This butter cookie with this royal icing is my favorite cookie. Now, the tighter that your bag is gripped, the easier that it's going to come out. The pressure will be a lot easier. That turned out real cute. I don't know if you can see it. Just a really pastel blue. That came out real cute. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some hats on our snowmen. These are snowmen. Can you see it? Yeah, we're going to put hats on them. And that's raised up just a little bit. There we go. All right. Oh, we need eyes. We need a mouth. 2 eyes here. Just real barely. We want a happy snowman, so we want a nice smiley face. Now we don't want to go up as high on this side as this side because we need our nose to go in there. There we go. There. Okay. Now we're going to put these guys over here for a minute because I need a black belt on my Santa. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a black line. There we go. It's just what I'm looking for. Okay, and we're going to let that sit before we go on to do our next thing with that. We got to put a nose, a carrot nose on our snowman. Okay, so we're just going to start about right here. We're going to let that build up, and we're going to lighten the pressure, just pull away. And we have a carrot. These are so cute. I have a long carrot. Look at that. Yeah, look all the different size carrots. They're different size cookies, but you know, even if they were the exact same cookie, you would want a different. Everybody's different, so you'd want a different. Okay, so now we're gonna put a beard on our Santa. Let me see. So the first thing I'm going to do is just come across the top. Let that kind of melt down in there. And then we just, you know, want his beard to come down a little bit. Isn't that the cutest cookie? Almost done with that. We have to put his buckle on still. Oh, yeah, our hair has to come down. His beard's got to come down a little bit more because he's longer. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna have to let that dry until we go on to the next thing. And now we need a scarf on our snowman. Yeah, look at those carrots sticking right up. Let's get our scarf going. We're almost done with our snowman. Not quite. We got one more thing to do on both of these. Let's see how dry these are. All right. These are doing pretty good. I'm just going to take one of these and show you that you can do with red and green icing. It just doesn't have to be. Now, if you know somebody that's in the wood shop, they can easily make you one of these. Boy, I've had that wood shop a lot, don't I? Alright, let's see what we're gonna do. Now all your snowflakes are different, so you know there's no set pattern that you can do on these snowflakes. And what was really nice to see when I had everybody in class last year that was taking the class, all their imagination with these cookies, it was amazing what they came up with. It was a lot of fun to see that. I'm just going to put a little dot in the middle. Imagine getting one of these from a friend. There we go. And you don't even need Christmas cookie cutters to do it. All right, let's see. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer on these because this pretty much has to dry up. Sugar cookie tips. All right, the recipe for the sugar cookies that I have today are in there. Just like any regular cookie, this actually is left over from what I had cut out. But I'm gonna show you, because I don't use any flour when I roll out my cookies. I have these spacers that I use, and I'm gonna put on each side here, and then I'm going to take this dough and just kind of round, just like that. And because I didn't use any flour or anything to roll these out, You can roll them out again and again, and they don't get hard, they don't get tough, because you're not adding more flour and more flour to the recipe. There we go. I'm afraid I'm gonna hit those cookies. This down just a little bit. Roll them out one more time. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is, look at how pretty that is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in the refrigerator for about a half hour, and then I'll take it out and we're going to cut some out. All right, it's important when you put this in the refrigerator, and this can be done the day before. You want to cover it with plastic wrap so it doesn't dry out. Now, when I make my dough, my recipe had said to refrigerate it up to a few hours so it's really nice and cold. And so instead of making it and just putting it in a giant ball in your refrigerator and then taking it out and try to roll that ball out, why, it's freshly made and the butter is still soft and everything. I roll it out and I put it on parchment, leave it in there for a few hours or overnight, and then that way you're not rolling out cold dough. And then when you cut these out, it sits out for a few minutes while you're baking and stuff, and then it warms up, and then you roll it, and then you want to keep it in the refrigerator at least 10 minutes before you put it into the oven. That way you get it holds its shape. If your dough is cold, it's gonna hold your shape. Sometimes you'll look at a cookie and say, why is my cookie all lopsided and stuff? Well, it's because your cookie was warm when it went in the oven, so it just went and it fell over. So now these are perfect to cut out. These shapes here, I just used a pizza roller and I just rolled out whatever I wanted. What I did was I took some of these shapes. Now normally I wouldn't be doing this on the pan, but you can cut out some of these shapes. See, and you don't need flour even to do that. And you try to get as close as you can. There we go. Perfect. Now, as you can see right here, I've got this little bit left over right here. So I can cut this, and then that's going to be just like one of these little squares. This one here, this one's going to be a tall, skinny one. But I can definitely just, clump these back up again and roll it out if I wanted to. Nice thick cookie. You can freeze this dough also. But when I freeze my dough, I roll it out like this, and then I wrap it with the parchment, and then I wrap it several times, and then I put some aluminum foil over it if you're going to freeze it. And then if you want to just take a sheet of it out and thaw it in the refrigerator overnight, and then you just cut it out and cook it. You don't have to roll it, it's already rolled. All right, let's finish our Santa Clauses. Okay, so what we need a buckle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just squeeze this over. Just like that. And as it's still wet, I'm going to take a little of the glitter and just try to put it just on the buckle. Go. And you could take a toothpick, and if you get a little sugar, it's going to come right off because it's dry. There we go. It's being stubborn. Look how cute that is. It's like a little glitter or something. Now, if I was home I wouldn't be just making 3 at a time, I'd probably be making 20. So by the time I got back around, they would be dry. Yeah, see, they come right off, coming right off the black. There we go. All right, what do we have left on our snowman to do? We have our little pom-poms. We're gonna put little green pom-poms on our snowman. And how we're gonna make our pom-poms, right at the bottom of our scarf, we're not going into the white at all, we're just letting it build up and build up. Then we're gonna stop, and they're the same on the other side. These pom-poms are really big. Looks like a little pea sitting on top of there, actually. That's so cute. What kid is not gonna wanna eat this? Or, you know, grown-up kids too, I guess. Yeah. Just try to get it over. Aw, I like it. Those are so cute. Okay. So there's my snowman cookies and my Santa cookies. All right, so now the last thing, these should be dry enough, hopefully, to do what I want to do with these. I'm going to use white for this, and this is a tip 1. There we go. No 2 snowflakes are the same, so it doesn't matter, you know, how they look. They don't have to be, oh, that looks really pretty. I like that. All right, then I'm going to take some sugar and sprinkle that on. Really just gives it a little added dimension. Just go a little extra mile with that little glistening of the sugar. Sorry. Look at that. I like it. Hopefully I've given you some great ideas today on how to decorate some Christmas cookies, and just have fun and use that icing up. Hope you have a great Christmas.